There are things that you do that makes you feel less of a man the more that you do it. So let's jump right in and cut these things out. This first one sounds really small but has a huge impact, and this is having too much doubt. Because doubt is always the first thing that hits you first. Like literally, before other people's opinion, before the real problem. And this really just kills your confidence as a man. Before anyone even says anything, in your mind, you're already saying, I don't know how, I can't do it, they're so much better at me. Like even if you had the actual ability to do it, your doubts inside of you just stopped it. Because when you're doubting yourself, you're using maybe like, I don't know, 60% of your abilities. Because subconsciously, you're holding your back from giving it your all. So if you're not really learning how to manage this doubt, it becomes a silent killer. And right now you can literally test it. Like what exactly do you say to yourself when you feel insecure? Do you keep telling yourself that you're not good enough? That voice is usually a habit or a reflex that you have learned from your past. And you can start by catching those voices that you're saying to yourself and changing that language into something that's actually beneficial to you. If you want to become a man that knows their way around the world, hit that subscribe button. Next is you feel too embarrassed to fail. You know how there's times in a group and you had a pretty good idea, but you didn't say anything. And then someone else said it and everyone loved it. That's the thing that happens again and again when you feel too embarrassed to fail. And then afterwards, you beat yourself up over it, you feel guilty, and then you feel even worse about yourself. Because you know a mature man will have just said it without any hesitation. This is why you really want to break that barrier of fear. And even if things didn't turn out well, you should still be proud of yourself for taking that step. Being embarrassed by itself doesn't make you less of a man. Because sometimes we just don't control the situation. But not being scared of embarrassment, once it happens, that's what makes a man. Someone that's confident enough to face their own embarrassment and fear without hesitation. Next is having no change in your life. Honestly, nothing's more discouraging than to look at your own life and see that nothing has changed at all. That you have accomplished absolutely nothing and then everyone just passing by you. Man, does it suck. But the main message here is that you feel powerless. And then you don't have what it takes to make a change in your life. Because if you were good, then why isn't your life getting better? Nothing gets people more frustrated and depressed than this. At the same time, this is why exercising is something that's really good in building confidence. Because as long as you follow a plan and you're consistent, you're almost guaranteed to see some kind of progress. So it's a great entryway to feeling more capable as a man. This is why I'll also really recommend just pick a path that you're interested in and just work on it. Because you need some degree of progress in your life, even if you're just not sure. Because through every learning experiences, you're growing, even if you don't know it. Last is needing protection. Of course, no one's all powerful, but in general, kids need protection and men are the protectors. This is why we might not be the strongest man in the world, but we want to have some ability to be able to protect ourselves and the people around us. This can be physical strength, resources, influence, knowledge, experience. If you never graduated from needing someone to speak up for you, defend you, because you can't do it for yourself, you won't really feel like a man, because it's in our nature to want to feel strong. We value honor, respect, strength. This is why martial arts, boxing, MMA, military, these things are really attractive to men because it trains them to be strong. And I know from the outside, getting punched and kicked isn't exactly people's idea of having a good time, but men likes the challenge and the strength that comes from it. And literally, anyone can train themselves to be stronger. And you really need to start thinking like a protector. Like, how do you develop yourself into someone that doesn't require other people to protect them? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video.